Welcome to Emotions and Stories. In life, we all try to find our place to be where we are comfortable, where we can grow, and where we can find happiness. Our today's story is about one such dream. So let's begin finding her place. Arohi sat in her cramped cubicle, staring at the glowing screen with blurry eyes. The financial firm she worked at was cold, both in temperature and in temperament. Every meeting, every email, every hallway conversation felt like a test she had to pass. It wasn't just the work, it was the way her voice was often ignored, how her ideas got acknowledged only when repeated by a man, how promotions came and went like trains she never got the ticket for. 3 years into her job, she felt exhausted. Not tired, just defeated. One night, after being dismissed yet again in a boardroom filled with dismissive smirks, she packed up early, booked a train ticket, and left a short message on her team WhatsApp. Taking a break, will reach out when I can. She took the first train to Kanchipuram, a quiet town in Tamil Nadu where her grandmother, Amma, still lived and ran a handloom business. The house smelled like jasmine and old memories. Amma welcomed her with a warm embrace, no questions asked. They spoke little that first day. Arohi slept long hours, ate in silence, and walked among the looms where older women worked skillfully with bright silk and threads, talking, laughing, weaving dreams with their fingers. One evening, as the sun poured molten golden over the backyard, Arohi sat beside Amma under the neem tree. I don't think I'm cut out for this world, Amma, Arohi finally whispered. Amma looked up from the yarn she was spinning. Which world? This this one, this job, this industry. The men looked through me. The women try to outdo each other to be noticed. It's just so exhausting all the time. Amma nodded, took a deep breath, and smiled gently. I think it's time you knew the whole story, she said. I was 13 when I first touched a loom, Amma began. My father had brought one home secretly. In our village, girls were taught to cook, stitch, not run looms or read books. But I had a hunger, not just to weave cloth, but to understand patterns, maths, business. I wanted to know how things worked. Her eyes sparkled as she went on with her story. When I turned 16, my father died suddenly. The loom was taken away and I was married off. Your grandfather was a kind man, but extremely set in his ways. A woman's place is the kitchen, he would say. And his mother, your great grandmother, was worse. If I so much as picked up a pen, it was a sin. Arohi was absolutely bewildered and intrigued by this. I asked if I could study from home, and they all laughed at me. I tried weaving again, and they broke the spindle. So I waited. I watched, and I learned silently. How? Arohi asked, eyes wide. At night, Amma smiled. When the house slept, I would study from the neighbor's son's discarded books. During the day, I helped everyone, no complaints. I became the perfect daughter in law, but slowly, I started saving money. From what? Arohi asked. From the vegetables I sold, from the saris I mended, from every coin I could hide in the folds of my old pillow. Her voice was calm, but her words held fire. One day, when your grandfather went on a trip, I bought a second hand loom from an old weaver. I told no one. I hid it in the cowshed. Arohi gasped. What if they found out? They did, Amma said. But after 6 months. What happened then, Amma? Well, they burned it. A long pause followed. Arohi stared at her. That must have broken you. Amma smiled and said, just shook her head. No, it made me stronger. Because by then I had already started selling small weaves to a trader in Madurai. My work was already out there. So even though the loom was gone, the fire inside me wasn't. Eventually, the trader came looking for me, offered to buy in bulk, and that brought attention and suspicion, but also money, real money. When I handed your grandfather enough to repair the roof, he didn't say anything. The next month, I paid for your uncle's school fee. Then, slowly, I started teaching the village women. Amma's eyes glistened. They never allowed me, but they couldn't stop me either. Arohi sat in stunned silence. You never fought them? Not with shouting, but with persistence, with love, with patience, and the quiet confidence that I belonged in life I was creating for myself. Amma held Arohi's hand. You see, beta, the world may not offer you a chair at the table, but that doesn't mean you walk away. Sometimes you bring your own stool. Sometimes you build your own table. The next morning, Arohi woke up early. The sunlight felt different. She joined the weavers, helped with inventory, asked questions. She stayed for 3 weeks and each day she watched the business, her grandmother's empire of quiet rebellion, run like a river that carved its path through stones. When Arohi finally returned to the city, she didn't go back the same. She didn't walk into meetings timidly. She walked in with clarity. She didn't speak to be heard, she spoke to be understood. She stopped asking for approvals, she started claiming her space. And slowly, things changed, one step at a time. You see, she didn't change the world in a day, but she remembered a lesson passed down like an heirloom. Real strength doesn't shout, it persists. So, next time when you're feeling left out from a table, bring in your own stool and make your own space. I hope you enjoyed today's story. Do let us know in the comments what you think about it. Thank you.